If you're starting a new project, the whole idea of finding that perfect color to your project can be doubting. I know how it feels because that is exactly what I went through when I was starting the Talking Deaf. It was hard and it was challenging. In fact, I did a ton of things to find out how exactly am I going to create that beautiful color that it can be able to express who I am as a developer and the kind of project that I'm going through and the color that I'm satisfied with. In this video, I'm going to share with you exact steps that I took in finding the perfect color for my project. First thing I do when I have a new project is to head to Google. So I'm going to look into something to do with the color inspiration in tech. So let me type color inspiration in tech. So this is like my go-to way of starting to look into issues to do with color. So I first go to Google. I know my niche or the niche that I'm trying to work on. That's the project, and I'm trying to find what kind of colors that I can find in Google, and probably I may bang on that right color that I'm looking for. One thing that you know with Google is that it is a broad search. So when I go here, there is a lot of colors and there is a lot of articles. So far, like in this one, there are like 262 million results, and there is so many websites. There is like the first one is the Shutterstock, and probably this one is not where we go, because we know Shutterstock is for photos, and I have like inkbotdesign.com branding that's talk about the 7 color palettes for modern tech companies. This is a recent article written in 2022. So I go through trying to find if there is something that I can find in there, and they have a beautiful color wheel here. They are talking about complementary, split color, and analogous, triadic, and a lot more here. So they have, let me click that one, pop up, get it out of the way. So they have, the good thing about this article is that they've gone into like a color theory where they are talking about where what different colors present. They are talking about yellow energy, red for passion, there is orange, and there are all these like baseline colors that you start with, and then you expand from there. And let me see if they have more color palettes. Yeah, they have brand palettes, and they are Apache company, they are giving an example. Even they have an example with Apple. And technically this is a solid article written by these guys, because they've given example of the company using these colors. So if you like to copy from the companies, or from this kind of this kind of branding style or finding color palette, this is where you begin, you go to. And to me, I didn't find my inspiration from looking at this, even though I went through different kind of articles to look into. I kind of I wasn't satisfied with what I was looking for. But exactly this is the first thing that I do when I start, when I have a new project and I'm trying to find color inspiration and where to go to. Generally, Google is your first plan. The downside to it is that there is a lot of resources, too many people. I can say there is a lot of noise, and it is easy to get lost into it. As you can tell, finding inspiration on Google is a little bit hard and technical, and you need to be experienced to do this on each and every day. So I've narrowed down, and so that I can bring you into 2 of my best tools that I use to find the best colors for me. There is so many tools out there, but these 2 usually work for me. So the first place that I go, it is Adobe, and let's go for, let's type it. That is color.adobe.com. I've already I already had typed that one. I even bookmarked it, so it is easy for me to find it. So here we have a lot of options. And guys, as you will see, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. They have all these kind of options that is from analogous all the way to shades, and even you can customize the kind of color. For instance, if you're looking for something to do with maybe let's go back to the article, that the one that we saw, because this is a good time to show you how I combine all these ideas together to come up with a beautiful color. So we had this one, 7 star, this one from the Inkbot design. I think this article was beautifully written, and it has a good illustrations. So let's go with something, if you're going for that punchline. So let's go for a tint that's yellowish, so that you can see how I usually do it. So the first thing that you do, I've clicked the analogous, and then I click, there is this thing, more like an arrow like. For mine, it is pointing at C here. I usually like mine to point at B, because I like my base color to be this one, so that A can be the the dark tint, and then C going all the way that way can be other colors. You can even decide to start with A. Let's see. So we are going for something yellowish. The further away you are to the color wheel, the more the saturation, the saturated the color is, and then the closer it is, the more muted the color is. That is closer to the center. So I go somewhere there. Now I have pure yellow, and then the rest, you can see how the palette builds for you this greenish and the brownish all the way that direction. I usually like to go to complementary colors, because complementary, that's where I find two colors that contrast each other's. So I usually move my baseline from A to B, because I like my dark tint to be there. So that one. And then here we have the tint that we might go with. And if this is the color that you are looking towards to in a complementary sort of wheel, that's how you go it. If you want to go with the same tint, you go with the monochromatic. That's how I will do it. And from there on, I'll choose these colors and then export the whole idea to other programs like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and nowadays I'm using Figma a lot. So that is how I use color.adobe.com. And from there, I can copy all these shades, or even save. If you have account, you've signed it, you can save the color tint to your Adobe Cloud. If you do not have, you can copy them manually to your text pad. So the next place that I had is to colorhunt.co. This is also another place that I go. And the beauty with this one is that we have all these kind of colors people have liked, and you look at the shades that you want, and people have actually compiled this one, even the mood that you may need. Like for instance, you may need a sky mood. You find sort of those colors that are there in sky. If you're looking for something warmer, you have something like sunset here. You can click sunset. These are a little bit warmer. And if you don't want that one and you want like yellow, and even combine more than two colors together. So I click yellow here. Maybe I feel like yellow can go with something brownish. Brown, not brownish, brown actually. So let's see if some guys have curated that one and see how popular such kind of a shade looks like. Yeah, we have this one that have like 5,000. So this is a color that you can go with. It has some muted yellowish there, and a lot of brown, and this bluish colors that is there. And this is also something that I use quite a lot. But that's not exactly how I found my colors, because sometimes we may be focused on these tools and forget what is around us. So the way I found my colors, I call it the curtains inspirations. As you can see around my house, we have the brown colors, and behind me you can see those pillows that are orange pillows, and I have my curtains in front of me. That's where the first video that I was shooting, you could see that the curtains were behind me, and at first I did not see this one coming. So the first thing I went for this purplish colors, and then later on, as I was thinking, trying to expand on the idea, testing that color design, because purplish went well with the golden color that is the golden road color, and it felt nice at first, but as I was trying to test, I didn't feel comfortable with that color, so I had to go to another colors, and then that's when I realized, oh my gosh, the color brown, the orange color was staring right in front of me. And thanks to my wife, who did great job in choosing these curtains, and even the colors. She really made a big deal when we were buying these couches. So she made me go around almost every furniture shop trying to find brown colors. As long as I found it, and luckily the vendor was also giving away those pillows for free. So these ones and these pillows, so that's how I found my inspiration. And from there, I was very much satisfied with the colors, to the point that I pushed that idea to Figma, where in the next video, I'm going to share with you how you extend the color idea from after finding that inspiration, that's the bulb moment, and going all the way to using that color in your project. For me, I'll be going for 2 colors. I like complementary because they complement well. And also, I like to limit my color options to 2. And sometimes I go to monochrome sort of a color. But in this project, I'm going with 2 colors. With that, we've almost come to the end of this video. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, that is the Talking Dev, please subscribe. I would like you to like this video, share this video with friends and people who are struggling with finding that color to brand their projects, or even any type of project. I've shared how I find these ideas from Google all the way to using my 2 favorite tools, and even looking around yourself to find the favorite color for you. Also, we love to hear how I did in this video and other ideas. Maybe you may have another tool that I haven't mentioned in this video. I'd like you to share with other people. That is it, guys. Bye.